What's up, guys? Today I'm going to take a look at the new ArmA update. Specifically, we're going to look at the 3D editor. What we're looking at here is a table with stuff on it. Now, if you've tried to actually put stuff on surfaces in ArmA before like this, you will know that it has always been a massive pain in the ass. And now you can just do it. It's amazing. So you can drag stuff off. Of course, it's floating now, but it'll snap to the surfaces. And when you try to put it on the table, it goes right on the table. It's awesome. So I made this little mission when testing it out, and you can see that I've actually decorated the interiors of some of these buildings because now it's so easy. And put little generators outside and whatnot. And I did both of the buildings that are over here. And I built up the area a little bit, and I got some guys patrolling around. So, I just took a little bit of time, and I made a small built-up encampment. And now I'm going to delete it all and do it all over again for you guys to watch. So let's check out the new 3D editor. So the first thing is, you've got the editor option like it's always been there, but now you've got the choice between 2D and 3D editor. So let's go to Altus and we'll find an area and we'll build it up a little bit. Alright, one of the cool things that I noticed while messing around earlier is you can open up the map, and basically hitting the map button in the 3D editor turns it into the 2D editor. That's really cool and extraordinarily simple and even intuitive. What about here? No, let's find somewhere military-ish that we can build up. Alright, let's use this one. I don't think I've ever messed around with this before. Where are we even at right now on the camera? Okay. So there's this little military outpost right here, and I'll use the 3D editor to build it up a little bit. And if you use Ares, the 3D editor is, for the most part, already going to be fairly usable for you. One of my big problems making missions, like I already said, is trying to do the little finite details. So, and when I say finite details, I mean little things like immersion things like putting sleeping bags or cots in these little buildings, and making stuff look less empty and barren. So that's one of the big things that we're going to get out of the 3D editor. So let's go ahead, and there you'll notice some things are straight from Zeus, like the ability to make these little camps and roadblocks and whatnot. So first thing is we'll put a roadblock. And something that I learned from, let's see if it still does it. Nope. But something that I learned from Luton is whenever you're trying to rotate something like this, sometimes you'll be trying to rotate it and it'll all collapse in on itself, which it doesn't look like it's doing now. So maybe that's fixed, but if it still does that in Ares, all you have to do is make sure that when you're rotating it, you drag the cursor out so it's not actually touching another item. Because if it's touching another item, it'll collapse the whole thing in on that one item that's touching. So, got a little roadblock, and that's pretty much it for here. And like I said, it's just like using Zeus, except now you can save the whole mission. So we'll put enemies down, and we'll do, let's see, actually I want to do a static gun here. So raised 50. And it's cool because it shows if something's going to be on top of something else, you'll see the little base there. And he's right there. Now I need to make him face the right way. Now, something I noticed earlier is you can actually pull the guys off the turrets. And you can put them back on the turrets as well. So make the turret face the way I want it to, and click and drag him, and you'll see the cursor change. You see how the arrows on the cursor invert? That means you'll put the guy back on the static weapon. So one static weapon up there, and then this looks like a perfect spot for a vehicle. And what else do we have up here? Alright, so no vehicles are going to go in there, so we'll have to park any empty vehicles outside. Now, they've taken empty vehicles out from being in the empty category, which is now called props, and now vehicles are under where the vehicles already are, and you just hold Alt down, and you see when I press Alt, it changes from red to yellow, and yellow means it's empty. So you just Alt and click, and it drops the empty vehicle. So we want a transport, a transport and an MRAP. So they've got 2 armored vehicles, one with a weapon. And I don't know why this cargo container's back here. It doesn't make a lot of sense. But it doesn't have to. And we'll put a marksman up in this tower. And then I will do, let's see, sharpshooter. Yeah, see, so now there's no longer any question of, is that guy going to go on the ground or is he going to go in the tower? Because you've got that little base showing where they're going to go when you mouse over something. So that's really cool. And objects do that, or items do that as well. Put him in the tower, make sure he's facing out the right way. And take our first look at the ability to put items down. So guard tower, let's put a table with some stuff on it in here. So well, props and equipment? No. Furniture, there we go. Camping, and then we got your camping table. We'll put that down in here. And we should have a radio and maybe a tablet up there. So let's go things, electronics. I know they've got the rugged tablet, and we can put that up on the table. And is that facing the right way? Yes. So what else did I say? A radio. I know they've got they've just got a straight up radio. But no, that's not what I wanted. There's lots of cool little items in here that now that we can actually put them down, we'll probably use a lot more. You'll see used a lot more. Survival radio. There's actually, I was looking for it earlier, there's actually no radio, like military type radio. Either that or I can't find it. Actually, let's search. Radio. Aha. Portable long range radio? No, that's just... Alright, inventory items. Okay, that's the radio that actually goes in your inventory for gameplay purposes. So there, like I said, there's no military style big vehicle type radio. Maybe it's because they're in the future. What was the other thing that I found earlier that was kind of cool? It was a little ammo container. Ammo box. That was cool. That's definitely something that I've personally seen at guard posts before. Some extra ammo. So you got a little table up there now for the guard. And it's that easy. So there you go. And now let's populate these 2 little buildings. And one of the cool things is you can copy and paste and then click and drag. Bam. So I could do that. I could have the tables, if I wanted the table set up in all 3 buildings the same, I could do that, or I can take some of the stuff off of them. Laptop. We'll give him a chair. Sun chair? What is a sun chair? No. Oh, hey, look, that looks a lot like a military cot, though. So I'll put that in here. Let's see, is this thing big enough for 2 of them? We can say this is the officer's room. Camping chair. And then, of course, as usual, there's a lot of other stuff. Things. And what do you want? Military. You put a little magazine up there. Take that radio out of there. Maybe put a handheld radio. Where was that handheld radio earlier? Portable long-range radio. There we go. And let's see, can we put a gun on the desk? Because if that was my desk, it would have... Yes, and this is a CSAT area, so we'll do the CSAT pistol on the desk. We'll rotate it around a little bit. And I know that there's even a mouse, PC mouse, because he uses freaking touchpads. Barbarians, that's who. So now you've got a little bit of stuff in here, a little bit of ambience, and of course, we'll put the officer himself in here. So, officer... There you go. Can we put him to kneeling? Oh, and now you can see you can make objects to player and whatnot from in here. Special states, no. And you can give them their names, and you can even change their faces and voices, which is pretty cool. So if I wanted him kneeling, I would have to do the Innit type stuff, which I'm not going to do right now. But, you know, he'll be in there. He'll either be laying down, looking at the door, or he'll be standing up. And once again, I will copy and then go to the other building, which is right next to it, and paste this down. Move it back in the corner. I'll change some of the stuff on it. In fact, I'll change everything on it. Oh, another thing, cool thing, you don't actually have to click something to select it. You just mouse over it and press delete, and it'll delete it. And what do we want in here? We want, give them a TV. And sleeping bag. So go for bag. And where are they at? Sleeping bags. And we'll make this a sleeping area for all the grunts. So they'll be packed in here nice and tight. And it's that easy. Now all of these little things have, you know, a little bit of ambience on the inside of them, so when you're going through all these buildings, they're not completely empty. What I would really love to see, though, is a mod that makes these makes it so you can right-click on the buildings themselves and then just say, you know, populate, and then maybe have a few extra options on top of that, and say, you know, populate as if they were deserted, so they would have like tipped over furniture, like maybe just one or two pieces, or occupied, so they would have things like sleeping bags and radios and stuff like that, or military occupied, and then they'd have military type equipment in there. I think that would be really cool. And maybe even make it so you can click and drag, because you can click and drag in this. Click and drag on the building selection and do that for a whole section of buildings. That would be cool. Alright, let's take this guy, where's he at? 50 raised, copy, and then move up here and paste. Nice. Him out there. And what can we do? Let's copy all this stuff and then paste it up in here and then see what we can do, because one of the things I've always hated about these is that they're always completely barren, which is, you know, that's pretty much what I was just going over. So paste. Alright, now that stuff is in here, and all I really need to do is move it around a little bit. That all level, it looks like some of that's sunk into the ground a little bit. Let's see if we can... There we go. I will actually delete these. Oops. Okay, so it's not like the two... Oh, yeah. If you hold the delete button down, it's not necessarily going to delete everything. And now another thing I really would like is, so say I've got a little thing like this pre-made, I can copy and paste it. So copy it, and like you've seen, I've already pasted it a couple times, so I can just paste it anywhere. What I'd really like to be able to do is save, connect, no. Yeah. What I'd love to be able to do is have a little selection of things and be able to right click and save and then name that. You know, name it Office Clutter 1 or something like that. Military Office Clutter 1 or Military Officer's Desk or something like that. So I can just bring that up every time I want. So what else do we need? Oh, we need a patrol of guys. So there's... Oops, what the heck happened here? How did I accidentally moved that? So let's see if I can move it back. Alright. Alright, what was I doing? Okay, we need a patrol out here. So let's do, I guess, a 2-man sentry. So we'll go back over here, and it's got sentry, and we'll start them out here. And all you have to do in the 3D editor for patrols, and it even says when you mouse over something at the bottom right, you'll see down here that it says what all you can do. So add waypoint is shift right click for another object, move, set altitude, rotate, attach waypoint, open attributes. So all of that stuff is right there to tell you what you can do. So I want these guys and I want them to patrol around here. So we will shift right click, and you can even do that from the 2D map. Go back to 3D and you'll see that all the waypoints are there. And then where was that last waypoint that I made? It's right here, and you can manipulate the waypoints from here. So I want the last one to be a cycle waypoint. So, and you can see when I hit cycle, it automatically linked it back to the next one. So that means that those two guys will patrol around here. And another cool thing, you can just click and drag the waypoints if you want them in different spots. So they'll go into that little compound over there. And that's about it. Well, of course, let's see. We want a player, so let's say player team is going to start over here in this factory complex. So we'll drop a Blue Force fire team and double click player, and then we got to make all these guys playable. I don't know if they have a way to make the playable thing happen with just a button yet. I wonder if I can make them all... Nope. Can I right click and make playable? Ooh, you can do arsenal on them? That's pretty cool. Oh, hey, you can do attributes. Attributes. Oh, you can't... Wait. Yes! Finally! Enable to set attribute for all selected units. Okay, now can I do that and make them non-playable also? Oops. So, unmake them playable? Does that mean they're no longer playable? Okay, this one is still the main player, so you can't take playable off that one. But it does, thank God. Thank God they finally did that. That means when you're putting down big groups, you can make them all playable. Awesome. And of course we want an arsenal box. So we're going to put down props and supplies, ammo. And it doesn't matter which box you put down because it's just going to have arsenal on it. So double click, put in its Innit. AmmoboxInit, this true call BIS MXC arsenal. And I'll paste that into the video description so you don't have to read it from here. So these guys are doing a little 4-man mission, so let's delete them and make them into a special forces team. So what do we want? UAV, no, we need UAV, attack UAV, yeah, we'll do attack UAV. So how many? Oh no, not that kind of UAV. I wanted the little UAV. Alright, if we can't do it, we'll build it our own. So special forces, we want a demo, marksman, medic, and team leader. And we'll make him the highest ranking one. So he'll, oh, does it not change the highest ranking guy to the team leader anymore? I guess not. And right click, attributes, make them all playable. Oh, thank God. God, that's such a good change. Alright. Doesn't really matter, especially when you're playing a co-op mission. It's kind of annoying to separate them, but we'll link them all back up to him. I wonder if I can click and drag. Ah! You can link everyone at once. That's good. So a lot of good changes. And then make him the player also. So if the player is playing, if someone uses the mission as a single player mission, they'll be the team leader. And they'll have the 3 AI with them. And of course, we need cars. So we'll do an off-road, armed, and then a couple off-roads. What's the off-road repair? Oops, that's new, is it not? Off-road repair. Huh, that's kind of cool. A little repair truck with some yellow lights. So they've got some travel options, even though it's so close that it doesn't really matter. And so we got vehicles down, arsenal in the ammo box, and we got all these guys changed to special forces. So let's play scenario in single player. It's little. So instead of a preview button, now it's just. Oh, and it's right there. So not the best choice of starting
800
spots.
meters south.
But there we go. And you got your arsenal set up, so you can do all your loadouts. Do I have any? Nope, I don't have any fancy loadouts available.
800 meters, bearing 165.
And that's it. That is the look at the new 3D editor, which they've dubbed Eden. I hope you guys enjoyed this initial look at it. It's pretty cool, pretty powerful, pretty easy to use. And once you're all done with your mission and everything is how you want it, you just save it like a normal mission. And of course, you can do all of the same things that you could do in the 2D editor. Where are they? Oh, they're over here. The intel where you name the mission, or excuse me, the intel is not where you name the mission. What is it? Which one is the one where you name the mission? Okay, never mind. This is normally where you name the mission. So this has most of that stuff in it, and nope, that's just the map. Flashlight. I don't know what that does. Let's check it out. Let's make it late at night. Flashlight. Oh, interesting. So it just illuminates the area. I like that. That's pretty cool. So you don't have to look at it as if through night vision or thermals. Oh, and the light doesn't light anything up on thermals. Okay, that's cool. So save as you'd normally save a mission. So missions or MP missions, but this is oh, does it not save as the user mission? I guess not. So save the mission, and it'll be, no, that's not what I wanted to do. It'll be, and that's it. And then if you want to, you can publish it to Steam from there, but I am not going to do that. Oh, I should probably update my showcases. I don't actually know if there's anything new. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this first look at the new 3D editor. I think it's really neat, and it's going to be very powerful, especially if mods like Ares, because I know Ares edits a lot of stuff you can do in Zeus, so hopefully he'll make it so you can do that same stuff in the 3D editor, because that'll make things like making units capturable or making items into intel really easy. So, like I said, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching.